Hey guys, this is your girl Alicia Joya. Thank you very much for coming to this video. It's just a spur of the moment. It's just like how I'm feeling. This is what's going on in the real moment. There's, things in my life that are going on a constant day basis, but there's some things that I just need to freaking share. Um, Today is the day of great importance for two reasons. As you can see from the title, we are adopting a brand new cat today. It's actually my boyfriend Sean has had this cat before. It was Callie's first litter, but the person is returning the cat back to us because of her personal reasons, and it's and she's being a very responsible pet owner and giving her back to us so we can take care of her. And later today I'll show you the cat, but in this live stream I just want to let you know we're all excited around here. Sean's gonna go get has left to go get some more cat food. um and more dog food, and he's being a very in tune, responsible pet owner, so very excited. The only problem with this cat is that she hasn't been fixed yet, and she's the same age as our Patches, Casper, and our Bandit is. They're the same litter from the same mom, same dad. So, and she also doesn't have her vaccines. She's had her flea stuff, but not her shots. So that's another whole can of worms. It kind of frustrates me that you have a cat for this long and don't do the due diligence and take your cats to go get them. I can understand if you have like 5 million cats, but I'm talking about only one. It's just frustrating because it's around here in this state, people care about their animals, and they have all their shelters here are no kill shelters. In California there's kill shelters. Okay. If a cat doesn't is too old, it gets put on the chopping block. If it looks like it's going to be too much to save it, it gets on the chopping block. Here they try to save every animal, from hamsters to rats to raccoons to dogs to cats to pigs to chickens to horses to goats, you name it, they try saving it. And I love that here. But people here, if they have animals, they are very responsible with their animals here, and it's one thing I do love about this place. But this woman, she's got her own personal health issues going on, and if you're sick and you love them, this woman loves this cat to the point she realizes she can't take care of this cat, and it's no fault of her own. And I think it's a beautiful thing when someone realizes they can't take care of a cat because of those type of reasons, to go ahead and give the cat back to the original owner. Well, it's going to be a new cat for me, but not to Sean. So I'm really excited. So as you guys know, we lost Jasper about 16 days ago. And yes, I'm counting 16 days ago, I lost my milk boy. And, I just haven't been the same. I miss that loving, a quick to accept, personality. And now he's in heaven. And now we're going to get another cat. So we went from 12 to 11. Now we're going from 11 to 12. Unless somehow Callie gets re-pregnant all over again, and then we'll talk again. And we've been trying to get this cat out here in this state. You actually have to schedule appointments to get your cats and your dogs and your cows, your pigs, chickens fixed here. They actually have programs called Project Catnip, and they're only doing the males. so we can take the males down to go get them situated and neutered. However, our females, we have to take them to the actual no-kill shelter in the area, and that's like a 45-minute drive one way because how everything's so far away. And it's kind of nice and kind of inconvenient how things are so far away yet so, because we have farmland, we actually have forests here, we have deer, we have possums, we have skunks, we have coyotes, we have wolves. I mean, we have all kinds of wildlife out here, wild butterflies flying around. I mean, these things are, this is big. I had one land on me a couple days ago, and I was just like, okay. So that's what's happening. So we're getting a brand new cat. Her name is Marbles, and she's really pretty cat. She looks like Patches. If I can find one of the kittens, which I have the two boys in here. This is the dad to all the kittens, and to Casper, Bandit, and Patches, and Marbles. Um, so they're still in here. The other thing I want to talk about is something really personal to me, and I just feel like right now I'm here in the moment, you know, and it's really raw, my feelings. So it may not even come out right. I'm not even sure, but it's as real as it's going to get. You guys know I was homeless with me, my mom, the guinea pig, and myself, homeless after my dad died. My dad passed away from a heart attack. Um, at his work. Well, he had the heart attack at his work, and he did eventually go be with the Lord Jesus in a hospital. And um, it's no fault of his. No one's here angry at his passing. We're sad about his passing, but we're not angry about what happened afterward because everything happens for a reason, good, bad, in between. You may not see it at the moment. Believe me, I didn't for a while. It took me a few months into my homelessness to finally see what God was doing. Yeah. And it was positive stuff to a degree, and then some negative stuff. Just okay. We were moving from hotel to hotel every 21 to 28 days. So imagine having to pick up and move every 21 to 28 days. If you live in California and you're homeless on the street, you're moving every few hours because you can get busted by the cops. Okay? They have to move. So my heart is really for the homeless people because, I really have a taste of what it's like to be homeless. I was very fortunate to have a job and a little bit of savings, but then that quickly drained. And, having people take advantage of the fact that we were homeless and tried to like offer a place to stay if I would be their blank toy or their girlfriend when I had a boyfriend at the time and I wasn't going to cheat on my boyfriend. And no, not even for a place to live, you know. Um, so I got pissed off, hightailed, my family, and we moved into a hotel. Little do I know that how much people prey on homeless people living in hotels, how much, you can get, robbed in more than one way. Not only can you get robbed, like, people trying to steal things, but they try to steal information from you as well. You're too friendly, you're too chatty, they try looking at your bank card and trying to scan it for Google Play store codes and stuff and converting it to pay for their own living things like hotels, food, whatever. And yes, there's a way you can scam people out of their bank because my mom's bank account was compromised. Yes, my mom, who is 67 years old, someone decided to rob an old lady of her Social Security. So it took a couple of weeks to untangle that mess. as well. And they literally stole like $2,700 over a course from June up until the time. Well, it was like more like, I think it's late May. So I was trying to calculate when we were moving hotels from one hotel to the other and where it was. And I couldn't keep track because here I'm working 2.5 full-time jobs. I'm working between 70 and 90 hours a week, being dead tired, getting between 2 and 4 hours of sleep a day, and then working 6 to 7 days a week, just barely any time to breathe. So, and then having these people take advantage of my family when I'm away at work, you know, it's just freaking unreal, you know. Anyways, I have this bad habit of, like, even now, I've been here almost 2 months. Okay. I almost packed up my stuff and put it in my car because I'm so used to moving every 21 to 28 days. I'm so used to looking over my shoulder, covering up my bank card, putting it away, like medicine and stuff like that, kind of like cover up the labels, and you know what I mean? You don't want people to know you take medication either when you're homeless, because they'll, one, try to steal it. Second, they'll try to pretend to be you, and then you'll lose out on your refills. I mean, it's just so much stuff. So today I am getting over a hurdle of trying to move every 21 to 28 days. I'm not used to being in a stable spot for a long period of time. I know it's only a year of being homeless, but after doing it for so long with your family, your son, your mom, the guinea pig, and yourself, every 21 to 28 days, and your only day off is a day you're leaving a hotel just to move your family, just so you can go to sleep, so you can go to work around midnight on Monday at midnight. So I'm finally unraveling my case, which is my clothes over here. I'm finally letting down my guard, and I'm finally moving in. It hasn't been easy. I mean, I trust Sean. I trust that, this is stable. It's just that in the back of my mind, here I am. I've been moving every 21 to 28 days for over almost a year. Not over a year, sorry, almost a year. So I'm slowly moving in, trying to like lower my guard and just like, you know what, this is stable, this is fine, this is cool, we're okay. But it's kind of hard whenever I'm always the one, making all the hotel reservations, moving us from one place to the other, packing up the car, making sure we have this and this and that, making sure all this is situated. I mean, literally, I am the queen of Tetris when it comes to packing up a car. So if you guys need help moving and you guys are in the same situation, call me. I am very good. I'll make it fit. But I'm still mentally trying to get over the hurdle of being homeless. I mean, you think living in a hotel was hard? Yeah. Living on the streets would have been even harder. I will count my blessings. However, I drained all my savings, all of it. I had, at one time, I had $18,000 in savings, and I drained it. But I had a job, then I had another job, and then I had another part-time job on the side trying to keep us afloat. And we're doing it without food stamps. We're doing it without government help of any kind. Taking care of all this, and it was very freaking difficult. And I was trying to find apartments. I have emails of before my app, like right after, even before my dad died, I was trying to find another place to live. And then even after my dad died, I was trying to find even further. But if you live in California, you have to make 2.5 times the rent as your income to qualify to get into an apartment. So say, for example, the rent is $1,000. You have to make $2,500, and that is after taxes that they count that. So you want to know why um, the homeless rate is high in California for such a rich state? It's because of the rental requirements of people. People don't say, "Oh, you have your $1,000." It's not our problem if you can't afford food. You know what I mean? They should just let people come and at least have four walls of some form of safety. Because here I am, I'm dealing with my mother. My mother has dementia and Alzheimer's kicking in, and it was kicking in so hard. I was dealing with a lot of crap with my son's epilepsy, having grand mal seizures, dropping. He even ran away and purposely became homeless because of the problems with my mother. And I had to go in and try to find him, and it was just a whole crazy mess. On top of only getting 2 to 4 hours of sleep a day, working 6 to 7 days a week. I mean, and then moving us every 21 to 28 days. And it's just the amount of stress. You can see I got gray hairs now. You can blame being homeless. No, I mean it could be that, I don't know, but I'm mentally still getting over this hurdle of, it's okay for me to unpack my stuff. So that's exactly what I'm doing. Um, I just found, my socks, and then I was going through, like, you get the hotel soaps and stuff. Well, I found a whole bunch of those, plus I have more in another bag, because you never know when you're going to be able to get a shower. You know what I mean? You never know who is coming in your hotel room whenever your family, when you were at work and your family was bored out of their mind. And then the coronavirus happened where you couldn't go anywhere, and they took our microwaves away. Yes, in the hotel rooms, they took our microwaves away. They even tried taking away our refrigerators away. And if you couldn't, and then there was no way to heat up your food unless you bought a microwave. And then if the hotel staff found out you had a microwave in your room, they would ask you to get rid of it. How are you supposed to heat up your food? Are we all supposed to get coronavirus? And then guess what? Before the coronavirus hit, or we even knew what the coronavirus was, I got coronavirus while homeless. Yes, I actually had to take a few days off of work. Oh my God, I had to take a couple days off of work. And then my son got it, and he was hospitalized with corona as well before it was a pandemic. You know, how crazy is that? So I mean, in the back of my mind, here are all these people trying to do these scamming thingies. We're moving every 21 to 28 days. We're panicking. We can't go outside. We have to wear masks now. We have to use hand sanitizer. There's no toilet paper. Even the hotel staff was rationing out toilet paper. They're only like letting you have one roll every 3 days for 3 people in a hotel room. Oh my God. And then thank goodness I worked in a grocery store, as well, because I was able to get toilet paper before everyone else. And I would only get one pack just to have it on hand in case we needed it, because we were sick. We were starting to feel, weird from this coronavirus. And we didn't even know what the hell even happened. So I had to take about a week off of work. So I lost money. I didn't have no sick time. They didn't give me my sick time. They didn't give me my any time. They didn't give me my sick leave for the one job. I didn't get a raise on the other job for the 2 years I was working there, even though I've asked for it. And then when the coronavirus hit, I lost the one job. And then guess I had the second job to fall back on. And then I also have the other thing that I was doing. Yeah. If you guys don't know what I was doing, see, to make extra income on the side whenever I was well enough. I was doing Postmates. I was doing Postmates on the side, and hold on. And I was doing this one too. It's called Shopper. The app's called Shopper. but it's for Instacart. Okay. So I was doing that, and every so often they will ask you for your information over and over again because they want to make sure your information is current. So I was doing Instagram. I mean, Instagram. Oh my God. Sorry, it's been one of those days. Instacart, and I was doing Postmates and on the side and doing deliveries for food. I was doing deliveries for groceries. I was doing, picking up things for people, on these apps and stuff to make extra income on the side. And, I was doing phenomenally well. Actually, I was getting the equivalent of like $16 to $17 an hour. And I was actually getting more money from those two apps than I was getting from my jobs. So I was actually thinking about doing that more full time. The coronavirus hit, and so I've had to do a lot of rethinking. And then I had to go, oh my God, here I'm going through this and this and this and that. I had to stop the Instacart and the Postmates for a while because my family was going crazy because of coronavirus and getting cabin fever and then just the whole lot of stuff. So then having to move every 21 to 28 days was not helping my mom's dementia and Alzheimer's. My mom was at the point where she was controlling the remote and she would not let nobody have it. And then she would argue and call you names and throw shit at you and then forget about it. There was cops actually involved. The cops were called on my mother. I forgot to mention that a long time ago. I kept this private. And then my mom got caught pissing and shitting in public on the hotel's property. And then I lied and covered for my mother. I did a video on that one because my mom's mental state was really going out the window and it was getting worse. But now that we've been here, our mental state has like leveled out. My mom's laughing. My mom's eating 3 meals a day now. She wasn't barely eating before. Now she's eating. She's gaining a little bit of weight. Her skin's looking better. Her hair's growing. She's happier. She's mentally stable. And this is the crap that I was going through when I was homeless. You know what I mean? She was not mentally stable. And also my ex, he knows who he is. He could have helped me, at least give us a couch to stay on. You know what I mean? Or even have a tent in his backyard. We didn't care. As long as we had something stable to have my mom, so I can get some services for my mom. But he had no, and he was supposed to be my boyfriend. So I had to make a decision. When he broke up with me in January, he didn't realize he did me a favor. Because it made me see who he really was. After 22 years of knowing this person. So he saw me in my homelessness and he would dangle his home in front of my face as if it was a carrot before a rabbit. And it was completely unfair. But at the same time, it kind of just, I already had 3 different sources of income. And so here I am trying to regroup myself and trying to get my mom back. And then my son Saya is having seizures, and then he ran away and he was homeless for a while because he thought he was gonna fall in love with another woman or girl named Katerina. Oh, I'm in love. And then he actually walked 25 miles. Walked 25 miles. And then he got robbed and he got all that kind of crap himself from his ex-girlfriend, Shirley, who's a thug, who's in a gang. And she robbed him of his laptop computer thingy. And then she also had her little gang around her. And, seriously, I told him, it's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and he didn't want to listen to me. And just the little things of what we went through when we were homeless. It's just a small amount of shiitake mushrooms. I'm trying to quit cussing too, guys. And I'm just trying to like watch how I speak now more than ever, because we are bound by our words, and God created the world with just his mouth. So I've just been trying to be more mindful about trying not to cuss anymore. I'm trying to be more edifying, if you know what that means, more building up instead. I'm trying to build myself back up too. And that's been a difficult thing for me, to be honest. I'm a strong person. I can handle a lot. But there's some things that, stick in the back of your mind that just get you, you know. And I mean, not get you as in like understanding, get you. I'm talking about like get you on a roll, like a get your goat, so to speak. And this moving every 21 days, the 28 days, still in the back of my mind. I'm still like, oh my God, I'm homeless. I have to keep moving and to keep protecting my family. And now I don't have to do that. I'm noticing, I'm processing what I went through with my exes. But yeah, I'm making plural X is. And I'm still processing, this homeless stuff. And just realizing I don't have to move every 21 to 28 days. I don't have to be looking over my shoulder all the time anymore. I don't have to be so worrisome about my mom and my son. I'm also noticing my mom is stable now, really stable. Isn't that beautiful to me? Because I see my mom being my mom again. My mom's cooking. I haven't seen my mom cook even before we left the old house. Even before my dad died. My mom's hugging. My mom's giving kisses again. She's singing. She's actually changing her clothes. My mom would never take care of herself. And now my mom wants to go to the beauty salon and go get her hair done. How awesome is that? And I think that's a complete 180 mentally, because we're providing a stable place. That's all that we needed. And then my ex, Mike, would not help us because he was afraid my mom would control the remote and it'd be too much of a problem for his roommates. Yeah. And if he's watching my YouTube stream right now and you're going to complain that I'm, what is the word that you use? Slandering you? No, I have the DMs on Hangouts and all the emails you ever sent me throughout the entire years. And yes, they are on archive and in the muted section in my Google mailbox. And they're also archived properly in my Hotmail. So everything, all of our Hangout conversation has been archived as well. And I can pull them up whenever I can pull up the receipts. So if he thinks I'm slandering him, no, I got the receipts. If I have to, I will. I'm at the point in my life where it's just like I will defend myself if I feel like I need to. And I don't care anymore because there's more at stake than's ever been in my life. I'm getting close to my 50s, guys. If you guys don't know, my butt is getting close to the big 50. Yes, I'm getting close to 50. And it may not look like it, but I am getting close to 50 of age. And after all this crap I've been through, and I'm seeing my mom's mental state change from going crazy and like mean and disrespectful to this nice, loving person she's becoming again. And just all that we needed was a stable place. And I could have gotten that within like a couple weeks after my dad died, instead of being homeless for a year and have all this crap happen. But all this crap has happened for a reason, because it's toughened me up and it made me more aware about what homeless people actually go through. And if I ever like won the lottery, part of that money, I would build a complex just to have homeless people, but I was also hire counselors for people so they would be able to get jobs and they would not be homeless anymore. They'll be able to work with their two hands. That's what the majority of them want to have. Some of them need disability services because they can't work because of their disability. And I want to be able to do that. I want to be able to do so much things. You know what I mean? I've seen things in a different capacity, in a different light, and it's made me aware. It's woken me up in a different way. I was already aware of a homeless situation. I was already aware of what it looks like. Because if you go to California and you ever go to San Diego, you see it everywhere. It's like New York, but on crack. And if you've ever been to New York, which I have, it's crazy down there, all right, regarding the homelessness. And I'm not saying homeless people are bad because they're all people. They all need help. Everybody needs help. And I've seen it firsthand. I've experienced it firsthand. I've experienced people denying me help, even though I was willing to pay them. I offered $1,000 to my ex Mike to live in the backyard in a tent on his concrete ground, and I was willing to pay for all the food, one half of the water, the trash, the electricity. Yes, I was willing to pay for all that, just so I had a stable place so I can get my mom stable. And the lack of caring, the lack of respect, the flaunting of this house thing, um, then him breaking up with me, and then basically saying he was going to break up with me around the time my dad died. It just makes me go, wow, really? And then right before, these little games would be playing, he like assault me with his words, and then I would get quiet, and then I would ignore him, and then he would wonder why I was ignoring him and not responding. Because you're attacking, and I'm the type, I can cut you with my mouth in one sentence, and I can make your head hurt with what I have to say. And I'm trying to not be that person anymore. I'm trying to be a kind, loving person. And it was my now new boyfriend, Sean. He's a believer in God. He loves God. He loves God. And he loves me. He's a different spirit in this relationship. You know, um, Everything's just completely 180 degrees. And that having that God in the middle of this relationship has actually been helping me, you know, process all this stuff I've been going through. Now I'm able to talk to you guys about it. I lost this man. This man was my dad. That was my dad. Okay. I promised my dad before he died, if he ever were to die, I would take care of my mom. And that I have. And I will do even now. But now my mom is stable. My mom is my mom again. Yeah, she's got some bouts here and there, but it's not as severe, you know? And so now I'm finally officially moving in. I'm finally letting down my guard, and I'm actually going to be washing all my stuff I've been keeping in my suitcases. Yes, my suitcases. I still haven't moved in, and now I am. I'm just going to trust God, trust myself, trust my boyfriend, and just extremely trust God even more on top of all that. And trust and faith. You know, God has put me through this position for a reason, you know. Um, don't ever judge a person's reason for being homeless or why they're homeless or think that they're gross or whatever, because they're all people and you can be in that position at any moment. You know, something could be really awful going on in your life, and you can lose your stable place of living for some reason, a loss of job, or someone passing away, and then um, just a lot too many people trying to like take it away from you. I don't know, whatever it is. But just know that don't judge people when they go through homelessness, even especially now. You know, being homeless was not easy. Being homeless is not easy. I still mentally in the back of my head all the mind blanks that's happened to me. A lot of people have tried to mind blank me during this process as well. And it's worked to a degree, but it's also counterproductive in a way, because now I'm talking about it. I'm making the world aware about what I went through. And I want people to know that there are ways out. There's a ways out. But right now, mentally, I mean, I've in, see, today's the 3rd. My homelessness ended on the 12th of August. So it's not even 2 months into my freedom of being homeless. I'm still processing the fact I can go to the refrigerator. I can actually cook something. There was a time I couldn't even cook anything. I use a microwave for stuff. And even when the coronavirus happened, they took the microwaves away. And God forbid you bought your own microwave, because then the hotels would, try to tell you to get rid of it. And then they'll take away your refrigerator out of your room. So you would have to buy a cooler. And then they would say, oh no, the ice machine's out. So you cannot, so you have to go buy ice every day just to keep your food, so you won't have to be spending millions of dollars on fast food, in which they were pushing in the very beginning of the coronavirus, where you eat crappy junk food for no reason, to pump yourselves up with cancer from the partially hydrogenated soybean oil, so you would not have the oxygen to your brain, so that you would have corona brain. Yes, they're filling you up with MSG, which is monosodium glutamate, which tricks the brain into thinking you didn't eat. And hey, we have Bandit. You're not allowed to walk on my computer, baby. All right, we have a Bandit. And then say hi. This is Bandit. Okay. See, he knows I'm upset. They always come to me when they know I'm upset. They always do. I'm gonna put you down, baby, though, okay? You go right here. Okay, he's stable there. Anyways, I'm just mentally trying to get through this myself. I mean, I've had to deal with so much stuff, living every 21, 28 days. And now I'm finally in faith, faith, unpacking, and trusting in God. Before I was just holding on to, I have to leave every 21 to 28 days. I'm not going to pack, or have a little bit of clothes out just so I have the same things to wear as long as they were clean. I can cook now. I couldn't cook before. I couldn't just wash my clothes. I couldn't just go outside and be safe. And now I can. So, now, I'm going in faith. I'm going on faith now. So, it's a different set of gasoline I'm working on. I'm not working on my own strength. I'm working on God's strength, which is a completely different octane of gas, on which I'm not used to working on. God's octane is better than my octane any day. But I mean, seriously, I'm finally unpacking after being homeless, and like I said, my homelessness has ended almost 2 months ago, but I'm still high strung in my head, and I still struggle with that. And I keep asking God to give me the strength just to let go and let him work in me. It's not easy because I'm so independent and I'm so about myself. I'm so about taking care of what needs to be taken care of. I'm not used to taking care of me. You know, I'm used to take care of everybody else but myself. I'm thinking if I take care of them, in turn it takes care of me, but I haven't. And that's the truth. And when you're homeless and you're working 2.5 jobs, four jobs, if you want to include Postmates and Instacart as separate companies, then there are two different jobs then. Because I was working in the grocery industry, I was working in a restaurant, and I was working two of those things just to make extra income, just to make it to live in a hotel. And the hotel itself in California, the cheapest one was $2,500, and that would have been the rent for a regular apartment. But we couldn't get into an apartment because we have to make 2.5 times the income. So if your rent is like I said before, is $1,000, you have to make 2,500 just to qualify to live in a crappy apartment. And sorry, that's $1,000 is not heard of in California. The lowest rent for a one bedroom, one bath is $1,500, and you're not allowed 3 people to live in there. Only 2 people are allowed for the contract, for the lease. So you have to get a 2-bedroom apartment, which will cost you $2,250 minimum in California. So you have to make 2.5 times that to qualify to live in an apartment. And if you don't make that, God forbid you work 3, 4, 5 jobs and you're working 120 hours a week, and you still can't make it. Living in a hotel was like the only option. I was at the point where I was just wanting to just me, my mom, my son, and the guinea pig just to live in the car, put everything in storage, just live in the car, and find in those camping places just to shower in, but then the coronavirus happened and they shut all those down. So you can't even be homeless during the coronavirus. You can't. It's like a sin. Like you can't. But then no one's willing to help you. No government agency out there is willing to help you. No, nothing. The only thing you can barely get is Medi-Cal out there in California. So, right now I'm gonna be getting all my clothes and washing them, and I'm gonna do this in faith. I'm gonna put them away in the closet, and I'm just gonna start really trusting God in faith and just do it. Because sometimes trusting in God is not just saying it, it's doing it. Like, if God wants you to relax and not work for a couple of months and just process what you need to process so you can heal, yeah, God is calling me to do that. And it's a lot of emotional stuff I'm having a hard time with processing, because I realized I wasted 22 years on a guy who never freaking cared about me or my family. I had to realize that. You know how much that hurts? It really hurts. It really does. But it's the truth. And the truth will set you free. Believe me, I'm long free and I'm with a guy that believes in God. I mean, I've actually been going back and reading James Manny Boyd says, read your Bible every day, start with Psalms. I have been going back and reading Matthew, actually, reading the New Testament all over again. I've been trying to fall in love with the Father all over again. I've been trying to just let him try to come back, here and here. You know what I mean? Because I now have a boyfriend that believes in God, who loves God, and his love for God is unreal. It's not like forcing God down your throat. It's just, I just love when you talk to God, Leisha. Like when I'm in the shower and I'm by myself, I don't sing in the shower. I pray in the shower. And he loves that, you know. And then he'll think I'm talking to myself, but then he realized, oh, she's talking to the Father. I'm going to back up, let her finish. You know, he knows I'm trying to work on my relationship with God, the Father, Jesus. Um, I've been trying, you know what I mean? And even trying to get back to the old me. You know, there's parts of the other parts of me when I was with the ex-girlfriend I didn't like about myself that I took on that was part of her personality. And no, I'm not doing that no more. I'm going back to the old me, to the original me, and the one that loves God, loves Jesus, and just let God, you know, heal me in this life, and especially in my heart and in my mind. Those are the two things I'm kind of struggling with, especially after coming out of being homeless and dealing with all these things. Having your neighbor, which is two doors down from your old neighborhood, try to have sex with you and try to say, well, if you were to be with me, you can stay here, but then kicked me, my mom out, and my son out because I wouldn't have sex with him. And I was at that time, I was with my ex, Mike, and I wasn't going to cheat on Mike. I was going to cheat on him. Nope. I would rather break up with somebody, be single for a while, and then consider dating. So technically, you know, between the breakup with Mike in January to be with my new guy now is like 6 months. So, you know, and then this time Mike did not believe in God and my guy believes in God. Totally different spirit in this relationship. And it's actually got me to calm the hell down. It really has. So now I'm unwinding and I'm finally starting to move in. So I'm going to end this stream right now because I want to start moving in. And talking to you guys for almost an hour isn't going to get me started. um, so I love you guys in the name of Jesus Christ, who died on the cross, as a sister. And I will see you guys later, God willing.